So now we're going to do a set of foil highlights on your block. I'm going to show you how to section it. So similar to a 1/8 cup, you section into the middle, so the middle part in, and then get the sides out the way because you're not going to need to do those just yet. But just behind the ears, the hair, get that out the way. Okay, so now the front of the hair is out the way and you're just left with the back. Okay, just make sure your block's not too knotty. Then you're going to take the middle part in, from the middle of the head, right the way to the nape. Okay, and you're going to take a straight across section, similar to you did with your 1/8 cup. Obviously, you must make sure it's straight. And then one on this side as well. Okay, so then you've got similar to your 1/8 cup. So I'm just going to bring that a little bit nearer and push it forward. Okay, and what you're going to do is going to split that in half, and what you're going to do is grab the hair with your pintail comb. You're going to weave the top of it in and out until you've got a nice section. Okay, do that again. You go in, weave, it's almost like pulling the hair up. Okay, so you've got a nice weaved section. Grab your foil, this is foil, obviously cut it to length, put it over the top of your comb, like so, lift the hair up, place it into the hair, hold it down flat, and then get your colour. Okay, this is just a conditioning treatment, just so I can show you, and then lift it up and paint the colour on. Being careful not to put too much colour on, and just leaving 2mm gap at the top of the hair, like so, to avoid colour bleeding. And then what you do is you get your foil, fold it in half, and then half again using your comb. Use your comb again, fold the edges in, and then fold the other edges in, and then that's your first foil. Alright? Excuse me. So let's go on to the other side. Let's make sure your sections are out of the way. Okay, and we're going to go on to the other side now. So get your hair and weave from the top. And the more you do it, the quicker you'll become. You've got your nice weaved bit of hair. Get your foil. Another thing you could do, stop the foil slipping. Not only can you put it on the comb, you can actually just paint a little bit of colour onto the foils, like so. And when you place it on the hair, it will stick. So then you won't have it falling out. Just make sure you've got it tight as well, and you leave that 2mm gap at the top, and a metre to make sure that you don't allow the colour to bleed. Okay, I'm just going to carry up the head. I'm going to take very big sections because I want to show you what a full head looks like. So I'm going to be taking bigger sections. You would need to liaise with your client about how many foils she wants in, how big she wants her weaves and so forth. So I wouldn't suggest you take bigger section as this, but I want to be able to show you a full head. Okay, again the sections must be straight across the hair, and make sure that they're level each side. Now when the hair gets a bit wider, then I suggest you put 3 foils in. So I'm going to go to the middle, take my hair, and I'm going to weave. Okay, you must make sure the hair fits in the foil and it's not too wide, so there's enough room to actually fold the foils. Try and get into the habit of holding your comb and your brush in your hand. Try not to keep putting combs down and stuff. It really doesn't look very professional when you're doing clients' hair. You try and keep the comb and your brush in the same hand. If you find that the foil's not too long, it's too short, just bring the hair up and round like that so it fits. Again, fold in half. Use your comb to just smooth it out. Half again, and then your comb to bring it into the middle. Okay. And just keep nice weaves, make sure that they're level. Again, wrap it over your comb and get your colour. And when you are doing the foils, you want to paint on the non-shiny side of the foils. You'll get the hair to stick better. And just be careful about hair oozing out or colour oozing out, or because again that will bleed onto the other hair, and when you rinse it off you'll have these kind of blobs of colour that you didn't want there, which then you would have to recolour out. Okay, weave it out. When you're happy with your weave, grab your foil, lift the hair up and then place it back down onto the foil. If you hold the hair tight, then your foil shouldn't slip out, and then I lift it up because you want to obviously get it as close to the roots as possible, especially if you're doing a client's regrowth, which is where they have those roots and you want to colour the roots. If you've got your foils, you're not able to get them close to the roots, the client's going to go out with a regrowth. Okay, make sure there's no hair overhanging outside the foil, that it's all in and neat. Okay, I'm just going to carry on. Again, I suggest you take smaller sections than myself, but I just want to show you and get the full head in. Okay, and again weave it. And the more you practice the weaves, the more even they'll be. So sometimes the first few heads you might possibly get uneven weaves, which is fine. You just, the more you feel more comfortable with weaving the hair, the more even they'll become. Okay, half again, fold the edges in, and then try not to squeeze the packets, let them be as they are, try not to squeeze them shut, because if you're not careful you'll squeeze the colour out of them. And in terms of how you judge how long your foils should be, they should be the length of the hair. Obviously if you're running out of foils, when you're doing a set and you're running out and there's not much left on the roll and you're trying to judge then you can go a little bit shorter and you can fold the hair back up into it. So, and how you do that, you just grab the hair from the end, use your brush and just fold it onto it. Again, weave it, and the quicker you'll get, the more comfortable it will feel as well. Again, on the non-shiny side, that's the shiny, that's the non-shiny. You'll be able to tell when you get your foils. You can obviously use, should you run out of the professional salon quality foil, you can use kitchen foil, but I just need to make you aware it's a lot finer and it tends to split sometimes, so it's not recommended that you do all your foils using using the catering foil. You're better to use, you know, proper foil from a wholesaler to ensure the quality that you're getting. But obviously if you're doing freelance and you've run out of foils, which can happen, at least then you can actually use some foil from your client's house, which is obviously not recommended, but if you get caught short, you've got that option. Okay, I'm just going to work up the head again. Must remind you I am taking big sections in order to be able to complete this. I'm just going to speed up a little bit. Bear in mind you can stop, go back and watch this video as many times as you see fit. Remembering to leave that gap at the top because your colour will bleed. Obviously be aware of length of hair when you're doing foils. If it's too short, i.e. you can't actually get it in a foil, then I would suggest that you either paint the colour on the hair, which is a level 3 process, or you encourage the client to have a cap highlights instead, because if the foil is too short they'll slip out and then you're going to have an issue with your colour.